Welcome to the Reckoning Podcast, where we stoke a campfire, gather around, and have real-life conversations with old friends, new friends, professionals, and just shoot the shit. Reckoning all things from hunting, outdoors, beauty, entrepreneurship, relationships, life, and more. It's all just a reckoning. It's that time of year again for gift guides. So this is the 2024 gift guide, and this is going to be for your outdoor lover, whether that's him, her, or the kids. This kind of encompasses it all. I took a poll between my family, so these are Cody's picks, things that he loves or is asking for himself, as well as the boys this morning. I was like, okay, boys, one last time, like, what things are you guys loving, or what is it maybe you want? And they were pretty fun on the way to school giving me their little list. We were voice to texting all the list. So this will be for all of them. I'm going to break them into sections. So I'm going to start with him first, then her, and then I'll end with the kids. And to be quite honest, I think the him section could work for anyone. Obviously, there's a few things that are like more daddy related, but if you hear something in this, don't think it's, and vice versa, right? Hear something for the kid and you're like, ooh, I really want that, or that would work out good for so-and-so. This is just an all-around guide for everybody. I'm looking at my phone because my printer is out of ink. So I'm going to break this up into sections for him, her, and the kids. And like I mentioned, I really think they all interchange. You could use these for whomever, especially like I think the for him section is a really great place to also be like, oh, I have that, but it might be a great opportunity to get that for my kids or my wife. And then in the description of the show notes or the video that you're watching, I'm doing this on YouTube. I thought it'd be fun to do kind of a little bit of a show and tell with what I wanted to haul into my office because I don't want to put it all away. So I'm going to kind of show things as I'm talking about them so you can get an idea of what it is if you want to watch this on YouTube. But I will in the description put a link to all of the things. Some of them I make a small, tiny commission off of. And if you use that, thank you so much for supporting myself, the show, my family. But I'll break those into sections, and I know a lot of times when you're listening to a podcast, you are occupied. So if you're like, wait, what was that again? You want to come back to it? I'll put a link. You can click on that. It'll break it into sections and you can easily find what it is I mentioned and shop from there. And I'm trying to find the best deals too. So I'm doing a little bit of the heavy lifting for you, if you will. And in the description below, I'll also try and break up what timestamp I mention what. If you don't want to listen to the whole thing, you're welcome to skip ahead to his, hers, kids, whatever it may be, so that way you can be efficient with your time and your shopping. But let's get started with the hymns. These are things that Cody has mentioned. I've seen maybe some of our buddies have, or Cody put on his wish list. The first thing that he mentioned that's always a good one, and like he said, no guy will complain about, and that is getting more bullets. So find out what it is that they're shooting, what they've been shooting, and stock up on more bullets. I would suggest either asking them or asking a friend that may be really familiar with what kind of ammo they prefer, or like I said, you can go in and do a little investigating yourself and see what it is that they bought last. The next thing that Cody mentioned, and this is something that myself, Cody, and Cooper each have, is the FHF Bino harness. And this one is Cody specifically I brought in because he mentioned all of these different little add-ons with the wing. So this is the Bino harness itself. The nice thing about this Bino harness, and this was the first thing I noticed, was the breathability of the strap. Like, you forget that it's on, which is really nice, and you're not sweating to death. Once you know, like you've noticed a difference. And then you got your binos obviously in here. It comes with these really great adapters. I always love when Rivers goes to reach for daddy's binos and dad's attached to him. So this is like the starting point. I think upgrading your bino harness system is a great thing to do. So many of us, we've had that same bino harness for a long time, and upgrading this is just a nice little, I didn't know I needed that. So it's got all the compartments that you need. It's got a place for your knife, and then your windicator, which these are probably empty after my buffalo hunt. And then from there, if they do already have this is something that Cody said he wanted last year. He wanted the holster and you get this specifically for your gun. So that goes on the bottom. Nice to have it front and center so that when or if you need it, you can easily grab it and it's on you if you were to be being attacked. And then you have these other attachments. So this is the attachment for your rangefinder. And then this is a pouch that he uses for his Kestrel. So these, again, are all things that maybe he has the harness and now it would be nice for him to have everything added onto it. Those are little things that go a long way. FHF gear. And then while I have this out, binos, you can always upgrade his binos. That's a big one, a big investment one if you're feeling kind. Same thing with the rangefinder. And then you can go through and see maybe what it is that he needs. Cody has his, I believe this is his outdoor edge. Is it? Let's see. Yep, this is his outdoor edge knife. You could always, I think right now, come Christmas time is a great time, and these make great stocking stuffers, would be to add more blades, find out what knife they're using or upgrade their knife and get them more blades is a great addition because we've gone through a lot of blades at this point. And then inside he has things like the electric lighter. I really like the one that he has because it has a longer, it's like this, but then it extends. I really like this. I found that handy when I needed to reach in somewhere. So his electric lighter. He also has a card reader in here that I know of. That's another great one for checking trail cameras. It attaches to your phone and then you can put your SD cards in there. And then another great little stocking stuffer. His is detached, but it's the lens cleaning pen from Vortex. So this is kind of one of those I'm gonna spoil you, baby, gifts. Something that he also has changed to this last year that he loved was Darn Tough socks. He said these are the best merino wool socks that go over the calf. And if you know Cody, he's really tall. And so that's something that's important to him is finding socks that are tall enough. So the Darn Tough socks, I have those linked, the ones that go up over the calf. He got me some of these too. And it is crazy what a nice thick sock will do in these like rifle hunting seasons and just the way they wick. I do know that here in the near future, one of the brands I really love is coming out with some really amazing socks. So keep your eyes peeled for those because I'm excited to see how they perform come like springtime. The other thing that both Cody and Cooper got last year for Christmas were these Wicked Wing gloves. And this is for like duck hunting. Listen, I'm not a waterfowl hunter. They're getting me into it because I have a swan tag. But they really wanted these. They said it was a game changer because it does go up high. So that way when you're reaching in to deal with decoys or ducks, they're long enough, waterproof, and you're staying warm. So if you have a waterfowl hunter in your life, getting them these gloves is awesome. These are the Wicked Wing gloves. Cody and Coop both got these last year and they use them a lot. They were just hanging up to dry out from their hunt this weekend. Another thing you hear us mention all the time, and I didn't bring mine in here, I don't know why, but that is the All-In system. So this is a phone to scope adapting system. We have had other adapting systems in the past, and this one is just the most seamless, effortless adapter there is for us because you leave your adapter on your scope, which makes it really nice. You can still glass through it even without your phone. And then when you want to pop onto something and look through your phone, or if you're having kids with you hunting, you want to record the shot, you just want to record what it is you're finding. It's super easy. It literally just magnetizes right on there. And I'm telling you, it's wild. We have so many videos of turning on the video and just videoing and then clicking and then automatically is like right there. A lot of other times it's a big, huge mess of a case, doesn't fit in anything when you're hiking around. Then you have to get it on the scope. It's just a pain. And then by the time you do that, it's like, where the hell's this animal, or it's gone. That is awesome to have for somebody that may already have the scope. They might already have the bino harness. They also have a bino adapter if they don't have the scope. And it just takes hunting to another level and also lets you capture those memories and be able to show the people that maybe weren't with you what was happening. We've also really loved this when it comes to hunting with kids, because that way it's an easier way for the kids to be able to sit and watch and glass versus the like strain on your eye and trying to find something. It's just made it makes it really nice when you're hunting with a group and you're like trying to find something instead of someone getting back on your scope and like bumping it. So that is the all-in system. Something that Cody wanted, I think it was 2 years ago, last year, was to upgrade his Kestrel. So that's what's in this pocket of his Bino harness. And this basically, there's so many features to it. Like, this is way smarter than I am. It's Elite Ballistics is what it says. You can see that it's gonna read the wind, the temperature. I think it like helps figure out the curvature of the earth. So if you have your hunter that's maybe getting really into long range shooting or just really wanting to fine tune their shooting when it comes to working with their turret, a Kestrel is a really great upgrade. A lot of people might have just a simple Kestrel, and this one, I believe, connects to his app. I don't know. Cody mentioned it in the gift guide. He has all the things on it. I know he wanted it. He got it. It's in here, and it is something that he definitely used on both his and Cooper's deer hunt. One thing that I've noticed we're mentioning to our hunting buddies or even just fellow hunters when we get talking about hunting and our hikes is sheep feet. And that is because a lot of times you, like most of this is for the gift guide for him, so you have a hunter that seems to have it all. They've got the backpack, they've got boots that they like, they've got all the different things, but then you get talking to them and you're like, but do you have sheep feet orthotics? And they're like, what? No, what's that? So I'm going to show you the inside of mine. It is an orthotic insole. So these are designed specifically, these are mine. So they take a mold of your foot, an impression, and then they make it just for you. So Cody has his, I have mine. And again, we have like really great quality boots, but just getting that insole, it really makes now your high quality boot fitted just for you. And your insoles can interchange between each of your boots. Cody has some for his work boots. I know that a lot of people put them in their running shoes or just their day-to-day shoes. And it's interesting, like you can't explain it. Once you start hiking with one of these versus not hiking with them, you're like, what was I doing before? Like I thought my boot was good then. And then you add this, and it really just forms to your foot specifically. It helps so there's not any maybe extra movement or allowing that comfort depending on the arch of your foot. And this, like I said, is a great one to do. So you can either get the app and scan on the app, or you could also get, I believe when we did it with Cody, we got him a gift card. From there, he was able to choose what he wanted. There's different kinds of models and like widths that you can choose from. And then they will send you your little kit and you get to press your foot in there and get those made for you. That is one of those that like we're always recommending. Again, as people get them, they're like, dude, what was I doing before that? I'm like, I know, you cannot explain it. And speaking of sheep feet, something that you've probably seen me and Cody in all the time, especially when it comes to our hunts, and now I've been living in this because I got the black color, is their hideout hoodie. So this is the hoodie. It has the phone pocket, and then this was when I first saw him come out. I was like, Cody, mommy likey. It has the fleece lined inside pocket, the kangaroo pocket. The neck goes really high, and this goes well up over your head. They have them in black and in green, and it is one of our favorite pieces of gear now. It keeps you warm. It's a great layering piece. It has like this waffling inside. But this is something that I'll just continue to have because, like I said, it was great not only on my buffalo hunt, but now as the weather's gotten colder, it's a great layering piece to put underneath my coats or just on top of my thermals and staying warm. Oh, it has thumb holes, the most important part, and long sleeves because, again, Cody's a tall, big guy, and the sleeves still bunch up on him. So it's got these thumb holes that are comfortable. That's key, and still go up over your hands. So that way when you're glassing, it just creates the perfect little bundle. So this is a great addition to anyone's gear or camo. For layering is the Sheep Feet Hideout hoodie. And another random thing, these are kind of like things to like fill in the gaps, right? Is their laces. I had all this piled together. It's a little Sheep Feet heavy, but hey, we love them. They're amazing over there. Again, laces. These are the rugged laces. So you'll find a lot of times with your regular boot laces, they're either, it seems like they're not long enough for whatever reason, or as time goes on and you're wrapping them up and undoing them several times, they really seem to wear. And these are, like they said, rugged and durable and long enough, which is really big. And they're guaranteed for life, which is awesome. Which makes sense. It says, like, they get a lot of abrasion wear and UV damage on laces. So that tracks. And these were something that we handed out on my buffalo hunt to some people that came and helped us because, again, like you may have top of the line boots, but something as simple as laces when you're getting ready to go, not having to worry about your laces breaking on the mountain is a game changer. I'm really trying to get like super micro with what I'm suggesting so that it can help you if if you're like, this dude has everything. What am I going to get him? Shoelaces. Who knew? Something that a lot of us don't have, or maybe we're not thinking of quite yet, or just started thinking of because, you're starting to lose your hearing. What? Are the Walker hearing protection earmuffs. We have these in the earmuffs themselves, and how it works is you turn them on or off. So when you're shooting, wear your earmuffs, turn them on, and it's crazy because everything, like you can hear the crickets, you can hear the bugs going. It's such enhanced hearing. It's actually quite crazy listening to the world happen around you. But then when you shoot, like even if you just clap, it mutes everything around you. So those are really cool. We like using those. I know we didn't have them the last time that we went shooting skeet or clay pigeons, and Cody was not happy that we did not have them because once you have them, it's hard to shoot without them. Then you're not like in the midst of shooting with someone, and in between shots are like, huh? Like talking real loud, and you're just like, I can't hear you, but you're yelling at me. Those are the walking hearing protection earmuffs, and some suggestions that Cody just gave me last night was a recurve bow. This is something that he inherited from his grandpa, but the more and more we've used it, the more fun we've had with it. He did shoot his antelope with it, but we take the recurve with us all the time, even just when we're camping, and we'll take foam footballs and we'll throw them up into the air and try and shoot it out of the air with the arrows, the foo-foo arrows, foo-foo, flu-flu. I never say it right. Whatever. It's a weird word, arrow, and shoot those out of the air. So it's just a really fun way to work on your shooting. It's different from the compound bow. It takes you back to more traditional hunting. And like I said, it is just kind of something new and exciting to work on. And also, it's just like you and the bow and the arrow. So I think that's a fun one, something different. If they're into archery, get them a recurve, get them some foam balls, toss them up in the air. It's one of our favorite things to do at camp as a group. And when you can shoot, there's nothing better than when you shoot that ball out of the air with a recurve. You're just like, I am the champ. I am the champ. He also said he really has loved the Black Ovis lightweight game bags. He has these, Cooper has these. I think I have the original ones of these, not the lightweight ones, but they truly are lightweight. They do come in a red color. I don't know if they have any other color, but they come in red and they are OSHA approved. I'm just kidding. But they have the, what do you call that? Like the reflective banner light on them, and they're great game bags, and these are reusable. So upgrading your game bags is something that Cody did the last year or two, and I will say, being the one usually washing these, they do come clean really well. And the red is kind of nice because like the white ones, no matter how much you wash them, they're just always looking dingy, and it's like hard to bleach them. So I do enjoy the red color, and they are clean. They wash well. They're durable. They're super durable, even being lightweight. So that is the Black Ovis lightweight game bags. Cody said his refuge parka for waterfowl hunting. coat. I believe that's a First Light one. He really likes that one. It is an investment. He was able to find his on sale somehow, but he said that that's one of those things, like, he understands it's an investment, but damn, now that he has it, he's glad that he does. So again, if you have a waterfowl hunter, that might be a great upgrade for them, is the Refuge Parka from First Light. And speaking of First Light and waterfowl hunting, they also have wader pants that he got, and they're brown. I like the look of them too, for what, if that even matters. And then they do have like the suspender bottom, so his foot goes into them, so that way when he's getting in and out of his waders, his pants are staying in place. Other thing is a Christmas tree ornament, which I know, hang on. But Cody's mom has done this the last few years for Cody and Cooper, and they are really, really neat. It basically just takes, like, if you were to hold down on your iPhone and it like copies your picture, it basically just takes the outline of you and your animal or whatever it may be, and they print that onto almost like an acrylic resin piece and make it into an ornament, and it's two-sided. So that's a really great way to capture the memories and put them on the Christmas tree. And then also, if you have a tradition of getting an ornament every year for Christmas, then you have one of your hunts from this last year on your Christmas tree. We've had this damn cold and it's getting the best of me. I hope my voice stays. First time I've had a voice in a minute. And then speaking of something unique, this is something Cody actually just sent me last night. And I was like, perfect timing for the gift guide. And I thought this was really cool, is it's by Digital Taxidermist. So what he does is you send him a picture of your animal that you harvested, and this is just a more unique way to display your animal or your taxidermy, because like he mentioned in one of his ads, like, you can only have, well, you can't, I mean, you could have all the euros you want, but you euro it, you do taxidermy on it, shoulder mount, full body mount, pedestal mount, and then it's sometimes you're running out of room, but like it means something to you, you want to have this forever. So what he does is you send him a picture of your animal, and then he then puts it back basically to life in a picture and does art of it. So that way you have, your deer up on the mountain, maybe on the skyline, or in a field chasing does, kind of a thing. So I thought that was a really cool way to do taxidermy and be able to digital taxidermy, and be able to showcase your animal. It would be actually pretty cool to like hang that next to even just like a euro mount of it. That way you get the best of both worlds. Now I'm going to go through pretty quickly on these because we're already like 20 minutes in, and I still have 2 other categories to go through. And these are things that honestly I mention all the time, but I think it's always good for a refresher because you never know if you've forgotten about them. So things that we love, like our crispy hunting boots. A backpack's always a great one. Cody has the Marshall backpack by Mystery Ranch. Merino wool, always upgrading your thermals to merino wool. They don't get as stinky. They're long lasting, and it is crazy how warm and wicking they both are. After spending months on the mountain, hunting, soaking up all that natural sunlight, the days are now getting shorter and colder. I don't even have to tell you this. I personally have experienced that this time of year affects my vitamin D levels to be low, which impacts things like my mood and energy levels, just to name 2 things. I'm preparing to keep my vitamin D levels where they should be with the help of Mountain Ops Vitamin D3 plus K2 gummies. These are delicious strawberry gummies that are a convenient way to help you get more vitamin D intake every day. Adding this to my daily routine has helped me conquer my days, whether I'm on the mountain, in the gym, working, or being a spouse and parent. You can get your Mountain Ops Vitamin D3 plus K2 gummies at mountainops.com today. A few of our favorite other things in the cooler months that we love from Mountain Ops are their down jackets, their merino wool collections, their hoodies, the Slumber cider and salted caramel drinks. I love sipping on a warm drink in the winter. And we love our deep, restful, rejuvenating sleep. Hydration is also super important in the wintertime too. So be sure to check out their Pineapple Hydrate. It's the one back there. This is their new flavor, and it seriously tastes like a Dole Whip. My kids love this Hydrate. And because I just looked back there and I realized what else I have back there, Ignite. need I say more, energy, and focus. To shop our favorites and help donate a meal to a child in need, go to mountainops.com and use our code BRITT, that's BRITT, for 20% off. Again, that's mountainops.com and use our code BRITT, BRITT, for 20% off. Something that is fun and different is a bug assault gun, but the CO2 pistol, so it's a little handheld pistol. This is a hit amongst my house. And then upgrading what they have in their backpack, getting them maybe a new jet boil, getting them some jet fuel. For that, your man always needs dude wipes. Like, do I need to say more? I feel like dude wipes should just be a dude's Christmas gift. Then we have a Garmin InReach. That's always important so that they are safe. You're able to get hold of them. You know where they are. And then we have our Weston meat grinder, vacuum sealer. If you're going to be butchering and processing your own, a lead sled rifle shooting rest. This is something that if they're shooting enough, definitely get. Our Garmin watch, Cody's really enjoyed his. Don't we all want to know our steps, our elevation gained, how far we walked that day and what time it is? For sure. And then Heather's Choice Meals. Cody enjoys the bison chili, I think the salmon chowder, and there was another one. He'll be mad. And he loves their packaroons. He likes the snickerdoodle packaroons. And then something newer this year that I know he has his eye on is the Montana Knife Company hunting knives. I think the Speed Goat 2.0 or just the original is their most popular hunting knife. But this is an investment piece knife, but they do, I think, have like a lifetime warranty on them where they'll clean, sharpen, repair, even reshape your blades. So this is kind of one of those like upgrades for your hunting gear, but also like an investment piece. And it's really thought out, and it is made in Montana, so it's USA made. That is quick rundown, of the gift guide for him. Now we'll get into the gift guides for her. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw most of these on my post. If you want to see what these look like, you can go to my Instagram, Brittany, at Brittany.long, and there is a carousel, the one with a whole bunch of pictures that kind of showcases each one of these things. So I will go through these fairly quickly. But again, crispy boots, you saw my crispy boots. I have these are the Summit 2s, I believe. No, these are my Scarvins. Yeah, these are my Scarvins. So these are my Scarvins, still covered in mud. My Scarvins, and if your girl's hunting with you, get her a good pair of boots. Makes all the difference. Help keep her feet warm, her ankles braced, and it goes a long, long ways. So I have the Scarvins that you just saw, and then I also have the women's Summit 2 GTX. Those are non-insulated boots, and those are really great for, like the spring hunt, shed hunting, things like that. They have they don't have the leather on them. So whatever look she's into. I liked the leather. So I wanted leather ones too, because I'm bougie. I love my Mystery Ranch Metcalf backpack. This just makes a big difference for the way that it fits. Just Mystery Ranch in general, you can get sizing for your, what would you call that? Like your upper body, your torso area. That makes a huge difference when it hits where it's supposed to. And then also the straps are designed to go around a woman's chest. As much as you guys like them squished together, it hurts. So it goes around and cups around perfectly. And I had no idea I was missing out on that until I was. And then it just is comfortable. I'm able to go longer. I can keep my own shit. I don't have to depend on Cody when I don't need to, and feel self-sufficient and confident in the woods and be of good use and pack out when I remember my backpack or when Jeremy brings it to me. Again, you can always get her set up like you with a bino harness and binos. So the FHF gear, same thing. I use that one. I love that one. It fits comfortably everywhere, and the sizing works just great. And then something that was a really big game changer for me this year was the First Light 308 pant. I have been into First Light the last year. We were using a different camo brand for a while. In that camo brand prior to them, I never bought their women's line because I did not like the way that it fit. I didn't think a woman helped design it. I just got the men's stuff. And when I switched over to First Light, I was impressed with how they thought about a woman's body. But these 308 pants, they had women's input on designing these. And then also, not only that, but something that's important to me and why when in the men's stuff, I was always buying men's from the other brand was because I felt like a lot of the men's stuff had pockets or gear places that, like, why does he get it and I don't? Like, we're doing the same things. I just need it to fit my body. So the 308 pant by First Light is that. It's designed to fit the woman's curves, but also I have all the same functionality that Cody does. So the 308 pant is a great, I think, all season pant. I wore this on my buffalo hunt. So in the desert, 90 plus degrees. And then also I wore this, I just layer now with my merino wool for the rifle hunts. It's just comfortable, so durable. Like, if you would have seen the shit I've taken it through already, still in place. I really love the pocket placement on everything. There's a great pocket it has a little pocket hole for your knife, which I really enjoy. And then it's got a good pocket placement for your phone on the back part of your leg. So it's out of the way, but zipped up. I don't know. I just like that was smart. And then just the pockets in general are deep. You can put your tags, your knives, your chapstick, your gum, your lip gloss, whatever it is you're after. Cody, when I put these pants on, he was like, "Thank you, First Light." So they hug the women's curves. It's appreciated by both men and women because they're comfortable for me. I like the way they feel. They stay up on my hips. They're not saggy in the crotch. All those like little things. These are my 308 pants. These are in the Circle Blend. They have the vents, like I said. The band is super comfortable. You have the pocket for your knife, which I think is so smart. And then this back pocket that like sits on the back part of your thigh for that. So, and her booty's gonna look cute too. Highly recommend the First Light 308 pant. Like, if there's one piece of camo gear to get her, I think it's the 308 pant. She can use it all season long. You already heard me talk about the Sheep Feet hideout hoodie. I have this in Cody's, I think is an extra large to fit my tall guy, and I have a small. So again, I have it in black and green. Like I said, I love it for not only the mountains, but I've been wearing it around now that we're into fall, and it looks cute with my workout stuff too. Like, if you get your girl something with fuzzy pockets, it goes high up so she can like hide from the wind, and it has thumb holes. You have won, my friend. It's never a bad idea to get her some merino wool. Again, I think if you can help keep your lady comfortable, fed, and warm, you're doing good. I've seen a lot of my girlfriends that have all their hunting gear set up. They've got the boots, the camo, the backpack. A lot of times they don't have themselves gaiters. So I suggest getting gaiters. This was a piece of gear that I saw Cody all the time, and I was like, not really make that big of a difference. It does. It's enjoyable. Again, it helps keep you warm, keeps you from getting snagged. It's going to keep your gear lasting longer, especially as you get into the colder months and or springtime shed hunting. So I really like adding gaiters to my gear. A Jetboil, you've heard me say this till I'm blue in the face, but I love my Jetboil. I love being able to whip it out and be able to make myself coffee when I feel like it, make meals, or be able to feed my family. Or if someone around me, I don't know, like being a hostess, motherly type, I like to be able to have my Jetboils. With that, I would say something that I would do is, like we talked about, is restocking maybe everything you've went through this last year. What is it that she like love? Girls love when you're like little details, thoughtful things. So what is it you noticed she loves snacking on the mountain? And making her maybe like a goodie bag of her favorite hunting snacks so that she can restock that, whether it's like gummy bears, protein bars, tuna packets, Heather's Choice Mills. What other snacks do we love? Kind of making her a goodie bag of like, here's all your favorite things. And then you could take her on a trip to use those if that's her thing. I mean, use some inspiration here, how you want. And then go somewhere with them. That would be fun. That would be nice. You know? So I think getting her just like a goodie bag full of her favorites so she can restock her backpack. Or again, like if you're just going to go on like a day trip somewhere, just getting her a goodie bag and saying, hey, we're going to go, I don't know, duck hunting for the day. Get her a coffee. Like, boy, sir, you're doing well. And then things that I love to put underneath that are more women based. I love also wearing shirts like this underneath. These are from Amazon. They come in a 2-pack. They're stretchy, as you can see. These are great for layering, as well as I like doing my Amazon shorts to put underneath my hiking pants. It's just like one more layer. I like those. And then also, if I had to guess, if your girl's into hunting and going, she probably is into working out and wanting to like stay to it. So getting her some gear to do her weighted walks. A weighted vest is a great one. Or, just like cute workout outfits like leggings, workout pants, like I said, these shirts, things like that. Girls live for. So that is kind of my brief list of what we were doing show and tell. Fuck. And something unique for your girl, if she's like me, she's either hot or cold, is getting one of these puffer blankets. So it's kind of basically like one big open sleeping bag, if you will. It doesn't have zippers on it or anything, but it's that puffy material. Sleeping bag comes with a stuff sack, but I love being able to keep these in my truck so that at any point, if you're out roaming around the woods, having a picnic, going fishing, whatever it is you're doing, you have this blanket that I'm telling you is so, so, so warm. And it's great to either sit on, obviously bundle up for games, out hunting, glassing, whatever it is you're doing. Then you can help, as you guys want to know. This would go great with some snacks. So she could just passenger princess it up. You all hate me right now, don't you? So that is for her. Just because the weather is getting colder doesn't mean you shouldn't be thinking about upgrading your cooler. We still have plenty of adventures to take, food to keep cold while you're going on them, and you want to keep them from getting soggy. There's nothing worse than reaching in for like your snack and the paper's wet and soggy or your cheese is soggy. Plus, you want to be able to keep those drinks cold, keep those mountains blue and the water refreshing after that hike. Not to mention, be able to keep your meat cold on the way to the butcher or taking it home. So, where are you going to put all that? In a cooler that's ultra lightweight? Are you going to be able to keep those drinks cold, those mountains blue, and your food organized? Are you going to be able to keep those snacks easily accessible? How about knowing that your cooler can float upright every time? No need to panic on the duck boat anymore. Rugged Road coolers offer all this. And they have new sizing. They have the smaller V25. This can hold up to 25 12-ounce cans. It's kind of like a cool, bigger version of a lunch pill, but it still has all of our favorite features of the Rugged Road, the flip top, and the snack rack. Plus, now they have the big daddy of them all, the 115. This sucker will hold some meat, and we're excited ours is currently on its way. Like I mentioned, the Rugged Road is ultra lightweight. As you can see, one hand, it has this flip top, which I think would be super nice come duck season to be able to, one, sit on an extra bench, and then two, be able to sit and make your food on something, some cup holders as well. And then, like I mentioned, inside it does have the snack rack. So you've got a place to put your things, a divider so you know whose drinks go where and what. And it has top of the line ice retention. To get your new cooler, go to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use our code LONG, that's LONG, for 10% off your next cooler. Tell them we sent you by going to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use our code LONG again for 10% off your next order. Now for kids. This one was actually really fun to put together because I did ask my kids, like I said, for their input, and they were, sorry, I really need to wash my hair. It's greasy. They were really excited to give their input, which I loved. So the first thing that they mentioned, and this is something I think we got as a family gift last year, was the meat eater trivia. The boys love this. They ask weekly to play this game. It's really fun because it's the only word game where conservation always wins. If you listen to Meat Eater, but it's a really great way for everyone to learn more about conservation, the history, the animals, recipes. And it actually, I think too, was really fun as a family to be able to open up conversations between us and connect as a family and have deep, meaningful conversations or reflect on something, or maybe bring up memories. So it's a card game. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm not a big game player. Like, I like playing cards And that's about it. This game I really do love playing if you're not like a game, because you got a little board, you ask questions, you get points. And they also, I think, have an expander pack. I don't know exactly what it's called. Cooper told me this morning that that's what they would like, and it's more cards in there. So Mediator Trivia is a fantastic present, honestly, for anyone, but especially like as a family for the kids. If you have teens, this is a great one, like I said, just to be able to connect as a family, and also, like they say, game on, suckers. Something that Rivers is really into, and it's funny, I've said this to a couple other friends and they're like, that's funny, my kids are into that too, for whatever reason. Rivers really wants a fanny pack. He wants it to be able to keep all of his shotgun shells in and just be able, I think he like is thinking he'll just have quick access compared to Cooper. So a fanny pack. I don't know. That was Rivers' suggestion. Take it or leave it. They both immediately told me knives. Boys will be boys. And, obviously use this, your kids better than I do. So knives, always a great one. For your teenagers or even, your older kids, starting them with like getting them a lanyard and then duck calls is always fantastic. Mom might think otherwise, but just starting to kind of build their own little kit or gear of whatever it is that they're into. I think starting something with like duck calls or turkey calls. Waylon Pritchett said that the box call is the best for the turkeys, but starting them off where like they can hunt. So in Utah, they can hunt the waterfowl, the small game early on. And so starting them to feel a little more confident and learning those things over time is always fun, and they think it's really cool to get their own lanyards. Something for, speaking of teenagers, this is something Cooper mentioned that he's really loved, and they're these Rax boots. You can get these on Amazon. I think they're like anywhere from $60 to $80. So they're a pretty decent priced boot, especially for these ever-growing freaking kids. I'm surprised he hasn't said, Mom, they don't fit me anymore, because I feel like that's how everything else is. But these are fantastic boots for, I would say, spring to like probably the bow hunts, maybe the muzzleloader hunt. And then once it starts getting too cold, these aren't insulated in any way. But as you can see, they kind of have like a tennis shoe sole bottom, and he has put miles and miles on these. I think these are what he wore for his bear hunt and my buffalo hunt, and then he sheds hunts in these. So he puts lots of miles on them. Cody also has these and recommended we get these for him because, again, it was a great mid-range price boot for a kid that's always growing. So these are fantastic, and you can get them on Amazon. Another thing that they both agreed on that is really fun is they have just anything BB gun related. And it's true, if you're like us and you're out camping a lot, they've always, the kids have got the BB guns out and they're practicing their shooting. And they both really liked, they had a BB gun target where you put in a whole bunch of clay pigeons into it, and as you shoot and it breaks, then it just drops the next one down and the next one. So that was one that they said that that's one of their favorite targets that they've had, is a clay pigeon BB gun target. I'll link it below. And then they both said getting backpacks that fit them is really crucial. So Cooper has the Badlands backpack. That one fits him currently. I think within time we're going to upgrade him to a Mystery Ranch backpack just as he's growing, but not right now. And then Rivers has this backpack that was gifted to him last year, that we totally appreciated. And I'm trying to see what this one is called. So this is the Killick backpack. And so this fits Rivers. He's 8. He's like a size 8. He's had it since he was 7. And it's been a fantastic backpack for him. So it's actually not like a children's backpack. It's the Killick I don't know if I'm saying that right. Killick H2O 16 liter hydration pack. So it's like a hydration day pack, essentially. But as you can see, he has used it. He's used it to help pack out meat. It fits perfectly for all of his needs. He can put his snacks in there. It's got organizational pockets. It fits him well. It has straps so that it's staying on him. It's got the belt strap and the chest strap, and obviously the hydration part, which kids just think hydration packs are the coolest. And then with that, something that they both said that they've loved is having their own trekking poles. So all set. Kind of just like building them out to feel like mini confident versions of you and learning how to use everything. And then kind of a quick go through of things that we've mentioned in the past and things that they continue to use on the daily. Rivers mentioned this. He says walkie-talkies. You always need a walkie-talkie or radios. We have some really great ones linked on our Amazon. And then for like your little buddies, mine are getting big enough now. I think I'm going to need to take mine out of the trailer. But I said build out like a toy box. And this was to keep for camp and have in the trailer all the time so that you just have designated like trailer camping toys. They also have a really cute set, and this was something that Rivers really enjoyed when he was little, is they have a little camp tent and accessories so they can pretend to camp. I thought that was always a lot of fun. And that kind of bittersweet when your kids get big enough. You're like, man. Obviously, I think Meat Eater does a really great job when it comes to outdoor kid things, something that I have enjoyed myself and also the boys now that they're getting into obviously being out on their own. And I want them to be prepared is the Meat Eater Guide to Wilderness Skills and Survival. That's a great book for, your older kids to read, or also, just anyone that's getting into it. Speaking of books that they've always loved, the Hatchet book series, classic. And then there's also a book series. It's called Hometown Heroes by Lane Walker. And this big long series, they're really cool little books that talk about different kids on their hunting adventures or their camping adventures. So it's really fun, I think, for kids to be able to read fiction novel books that are like other kids on adventures, and there's great little lessons inside of those. So those are the Hometown Hero series by Lane Walker. You can either buy them as the full series or individually, depending on your kid. Small waders for your kids. I know sometimes you want to wait on these. This is something Rivers has been asking for, is waders. The boys use their hammocks all the time, whether we're camping or at home. Who doesn't love a hammock? So that's always a fun addition to something. My boys are obsessed with their metal detectors. So if you're like wanting your kids to get outdoors more, whether they've taken it camping or they'll just use it around the house, a metal detector is a fun and unique gift. And then, like the classics, a slingshot. A slingshot's a great gift. They're so fun. You can get, I mean, you take it for you, but we love slingshot. We've had some fun ones that are carved out of wood, and then you've got like the classic gnarly slingshots, which can also go great with targets. If your kids are anything like mine, if you get them targets and a way to shoot something, that's all they need. Another fun idea is fishing tackle box backpacks. My kids have really enjoyed their backpacks, and then also getting them lures. So kind of setting up their own little fishing tackle box so that way they're learning. Cooper got this last year for Christmas and had like the full setup. Christmas break, we went fishing and he lived for it. And once Rivers kind of saw the fishing backpack, it's a place for your sunglasses. It's got a cup holder. It's organized. It's like easier for them to dig in. They're not asking dad, not irritating dad. Not that dad would ever get irritated fishing. Just setting them up with their own stuff. Rivers was like, that's what I want. And that was what he got for his birthday. So my kids are 13 and 8, to give you an idea. But just getting them set up for like a tackle box and lures. And those kind of things are fun too. Like you don't have to completely set them up right off the bat. It can be something you slowly build out together. I know my kids really enjoy being able to go to Sportsman's or Walmart and just kind of look and be like, what else do I need to add into my backpack, and have those kind of conversations with dad about like, well, I want to try and catch this. What can I use here? Again, just opening up those conversations and those memories for me is a lot of times what the holidays is all about. And then I mentioned a bladder. Sometimes your kids might have the backpack, but they need the bladder. Although that's a whole other subject. Microplastics and water bladders. I don't know. I got to look into that. And then always thermals. Everybody can use more thermals. Kids are ever growing. I would suggest looking into some thermals. Amazon has some great ones. I know you can always get some good ones at Costco. I wish they would make, does anyone know of like some good kid merino wool thermals? I would be interested in that. Let me know. And then my kids love their 3D targets, and it seems like over the last few years, every couple of years they get a different one. So we have the turkey. I think they each have a deer target. And so a 3D deer archery target is a fun gift. And then something that the boys also got that was unique and different was also the waterfowl bag. And inside that, they each got shotgun shells. I think they got some snacks, some gloves. There's There was something else for a waterfowl, just kind of like a little waterfowl bag. Um, and it's just a small bag, throw on your shoulder, throw it in the boat. You got everything you need, and it's in there. So a waterfowl, for whatever reason, can't say that, waterfowl bag. That is kind of the gist of, I think, did I hit everything? I did. That is the boys' suggestions, things that we've loved, continue to stay on our gift guides, suggestions that we have for other friends for 2024. I want to wish you guys the happiest holidays. I hope you get to enjoy it with your families and make memories with those that you love, or you're able just to get outside and connect. If you guys have any suggestions or something that I missed on here that you think would be a great addition to it, please let me know, and I would love to add it to the article as well as who submitted it, and link to your Instagram. But yeah, this is the gift guide. I wish you happy shopping. And I think too, like, sometimes it's overwhelming listening to the gift guides. I know there's been so many Christmases where things have been tight and nerve-wracking for me, and something simple that we've done. And I was thinking of this, like, of all the gifts that I think we've gotten, whether it's been like really big extravagant ones or something came through where we were able to buy something for so and so, some of my favorite memories that we would do would be just to get a big old box, put some shotgun shells in it, maybe some 22 shells, go buy some sour gummy worms because those were everyone's favorite snacks, some hot cocoa, some coffee, just like the simplest little things, and gift that to like Cody and be like, here, daddy. Then Cooper would always be like, here's a hunting box. I want to go hunting with you. And then with that, it was simple. I could afford it. And then we got out as a family and we made those memories. And I just want to remind everybody that it's not always about all the things, but spending time together. Yeah. Because I know I'm like listing all these things. I just wanted to say that. So it's good to be back at it. And I have everything listed below. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Happy holidays. Happy shopping. Tune in next week.